Good day to you at wherever you are. I would always thank you for making a time out of your busy schedules to watch my YouTube channel. But I beg of you to subscribe to my channel, to share, and even to comment. The topic I have decided to teach is circle theorem. And before we can go into details of this topic, you should know how to draw a circle and the paths of it. You may know how to draw it, but the path. So we are going to learn how to label the parts of the circle. But before that, what is a circle? A circle is a round-shaped figure without corners or edges. So you can see that unlike rectangles and triangles, a circle has no corner, no edge. And for every circle, there is a circumference. The circumference is the black curve you see if you are following the pointer. That is our circumference. And every circle has a center. The center is a point that is equidistant from all points on the circumference of the circle. So at the center here, wherever you move to on the circumference, the distance is considered to be the same. So when I move from the center A to this point on the circumference, the distance is the same as moving from the center to down here on the circumference. Now, let's see something. We are going to look at a chord and look at how I am going to draw the chord. Yes, that is the chord on the screen. That is the chord. So this chord is EF. And what is a chord at all? It is a straight line that connects 2 points on the circumference of the circle. So on the circumference, we have the point E and another point F. These are connected by a line, and the line is what we call the chord. Again, the chord divides the circumference of the circle into 2 parts. We can see that there is a curve beneath the chord and another curve above the chord. We can see that the curve beneath the chord is very small as compared to the one above. Therefore, these 2 divisions are called arcs, and the smaller one is called the minor arc, while the one above, which is the biggest one, is called the major arc. And what is an arc? An arc is a part of the circumference of the circle. It's part of it. So we have the part below and the part above. Now, the chord also divides the circle into two parts. The region bounded by the minor arc and the chord, and the region bounded by the chord and the major arc, and we call them segments. So the one bounded by the minor arc and that of the chord is called the minor segment, and the one above is called the major segment because the arc or the region is very big as compared to the one beneath. So that is the minor segment, painted in green. And the one in pink is the major segment. What is a segment at all? A segment is the region enclosed by the chord and the corresponding arc, and we have major and minor segments as you see on your screen. There is something you should know here. When we move the chord, look at it well. Have you seen? The chord should never be in the center. It could be just beneath it or just above it. So whilst it has been moved, now you see that the region above is very small. It's smaller than that of the region below. And now, the region above would be the minor segment, whilst the region below would be the major segment. So note this well. Let's go back. Okay. Let's look at the diameter too. When we move the chord to the center, then it is no more a chord again, but it becomes the diameter. The diameter passes through the center. Good. So what is diameter? Diameter is a straight line segment that passes through the center of the circle with 8 endpoints on the circle. The endpoints are here. We have the E and the F as the endpoints, and it passes through the center. So when that happens, that the line becomes the diameter of the circle. So that is our diameter, the diameter as you see on the screen. I hope you can see it well. That is our diameter. And now this is our chord, which separates the circle into two major regions. Two regions called the major segment and then the minor segment. So now you know what diameter is. You can differentiate diameter and that of a chord. the chord never passes through the center of the circle. It can be even just beneath this or just above the center, but it should not pass through the center. That's the difference between a chord and a diameter. Now, we have what we call radius. From the center of the circle to any point on the circumference of the circle is the radius. So we can see that for this, the diameter, when we divide it into 2, it becomes the radius. But let me draw another one so as not to confuse you. What is the radius? Radius is the distance from the center of a circle to any point on the circumference, on its circumference, to any point on its circumference. I am going to draw the radius for you to see. Good. This is the radius. From the point A, which is the center, to the point J on the circumference of the circle becomes the radius. So we can talk of the radius here, another radius there, another radius here. And when the radius are 2 or more, we call it radii. So these are the parts of the circle you should know, because in our previous lessons I would be mentioning the center, I would be mentioning the segment, and so on. So if you don't know the segment, if you don't know the chord, if you don't know the diameter, if you don't know the arc, then it would be a problem. If you still find it difficult to label the parts of the circle, I beg of you to go through the video, re-watch the video for better understanding. So from here we may go deeper into circle theorem. The properties would be considered and so on. So watch out. Please again subscribe to my YouTube channel for me. May God be with you all till we meet again next time. Bye.